I'll end up at $2 million each.
We made a deal. You said we split the take, that's what we need to do.
Just for the house.
Jesus Christ.
You're so fucking stupid! Come on!
The story kicks off at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus, where we meet the main character, Parker. He's a skilled thief with a British accent, known for stealing from the bad guys but never from the innocent. He's like a modern-day Robin Hood. In the film, Parker leads a gang, including Hardwick, who's tied to the Chicago mob, along with some other tough criminals. Their target? A big robbery at the fair.
Wait for my call.
$20 bill. Sorry to bother you. I'm gonna bus back to Cleveland at 4.
Go! Freeze!
Need your phones in a pile over here, please. We'll want this over as quickly as possible. Take it easy.
Trust me, Ben. It's gonna be a good night.
As we see in flashbacks, Parker has worked with Hurley, an older thief, for years. Hurley had brought him in for this job, although Parker's love interest, Claire, thinks they don't know each other well. Hurley's trust in Parker goes way back, and he's provided everything they need for the heist, including a gang led by a criminal named Melander. As the fire spreads out of control, panic sets in, but the criminals manage to escape with over $1 million. With help from Carlson, who pretends to be the fire chief, they flee the scene. But things don't go as planned.
Someone gets hurt, cops come after us. That's the big fucking deal.
As the gang drives away, Hardwick offers Parker a new job with a cut of a $1 million reward. But Parker has had enough. He wants his $200,000 and is done with the crime life. The gang decides to kill him for turning down the offer.
We all end up at $2 million each.
We made a deal. You said we split the take, that's what we need to do.
Just for the house.
Jesus Christ.
You're so fucking stupid!
A farmer, passing by with his family, finds Parker bleeding and unconscious in the water. The farmer rushes him to a nearby hospital. When Parker wakes up, he hears news about the deadly fire at the fair, with no sign of the robbers. Noticing the police outside, Parker decides to make a run for it. He knocks out a doctor, steals his clothes, and escapes in an ambulance. Once outside, he drives off and treats his wounds. Now on a mission, Parker wants revenge on those who betrayed him. He starts by sneaking into a motel and stealing some supplies, including a new gun, and even takes a car. He heads to a check cashing center in Memphis, where he takes a hostage and robs the place to get money for a new identity. Next, Parker travels to Houston and reveals he's a friend of Bob Hurley, ordering new papers. While waiting for the documents, Parker calls Hurley and asks about Hardwick's brother. Hurley warns him to stay out of it, but Parker insists. Hurley eventually gives him the address of a bar where Hardwick's brother works.
I need to see Bobby Hardwick.
Idiot, get out!
Bobby Hardwick? We're in Florida.
Parker, not wasting any time, calls Claire and her father to warn them. He knows Melander will go after the people he cares about to get to him. Meanwhile, in Florida, the gang is plotting their next big heist. Hardwick learns that Parker is still alive, which sends Melander into a rage. Melander nearly shoots one of his own men before deciding to call his uncle, Mr. Danziger, in Chicago to hire a hitman. Danziger sends his top hitman, Kroll, to track down Parker. Kroll first breaks into Claire's house to kidnap her. She calls Parker in tears, telling him that a hitman's after her. Parker tells her to head to a fishing camp at Lake Okeechobee-Sawtooth Bay in Florida and wait for him until Friday. He knows the situation's about to get even more dangerous, but he's determined to put an end to it. Parker heads back to Houston to grab his new papers, but when he arrives, he finds 3 of Danzinger's men lying unconscious on the floor. Norte and his sidekick Ernesto are there. Parker doesn't hesitate. He shoots Ernesto in both legs after being told to lie down next to the others. He figures out that Ernesto's been working with Danzinger, betraying Norte. After grabbing his papers, Parker forces Norte to kill the 3 men with a revolver, and in the process, leaves Norte's fingerprints all over the place. Later, Parker meets up with Hurley, who tells him that Danzinger reached out. He also offered Hurley his share of the last heist to calm things down. Parker knows something's off. A mob boss from Chicago wouldn't just hand out money like that if it was to smooth things over. He refuses the cash, determined to get revenge on the crooks who betrayed him. To take care of business, Parker goes undercover in Florida, posing as Daniel Parramatta, a convict on the run from Texas, there to buy a house. He's helped by Leslie Rogers, a real estate agent he's worked with before. But before making any property deals, Parker decides to meet with Claire. They chat, and Parker tells her they should part ways to keep her safe. On a house hunting trip with Leslie, Parker walks past fancy homes, but he stops at one that seems off, an old house that was bought for $1.2 million by Mr. Rodrigo. Parker quickly realizes this is where Mellender's gang plans to hide after their big robbery. Leslie tries to keep things friendly and invites Parker to lunch, but he's not interested. Later, Leslie notices something strange at the bank, no transaction, and then finds out her car has been repossessed. She's dealing with the mess left by her ex-husband, who's been draining her finances. Meanwhile, Kroll, the hitman, kills Norte, thinking he's working with Parker. Parker comes back to the Rodrigo house, finds the gang's weapons stash, and starts setting traps while studying their robbery plan. When he returns to his car, Leslie's there.
If you're free, maybe we can go for that drink now.
Who's you here, Leslie?
No one.
The next day, they meet at the real estate office, and Leslie's getting frustrated with her situation. She offers to work for Parker, asking for a cut of the profits. Instead of answering her right away, Parker makes her strip down to her underwear to make sure she's not wired. After confirming, he agrees to think about it. Parker calls her the next day and offers to let her help him with the heist in exchange for a share of the loot. She agrees. He tells her the plan. Mellender's crew is after $57 million, and they're targeting a diamond auction held by a rich socialite named Miriam Hopclin. Leslie gets nervous, thinking it's a risky job, but she's already too deep to back out now. On the day of the robbery, Mellender and his crew, disguised as firemen, show up at the back gate of Mrs. Clinton's estate, where the auction's happening. Meanwhile, Parker drops Leslie off and heads to his hotel, where he runs into Kroll. At Leslie's house, the police show up asking about Parker. Leslie tries to send them away, but notices blood on the floor, getting more suspicious. Later, Parker calls her to ask her to meet him at a payphone so Claire can treat his wounds. He can't risk going to a hospital. Claire shows up, and they talk about their situation. She refuses to leave him. Meanwhile, Mellender's crew prepares for the heist.
It's mine. Mother, what?
At the hideout, Parker is waiting. He set traps and is ready for the gang. Leslie's caught snooping around, and Mellender orders Hardwick to capture her.
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Tell me! What? Who the fuck is she? Huh? Who's that? Parker. No, it's not fucking Parker. You're being paranoid. Where is he? All right, get the fuck. Where's Ross? You bitch!
When Mellender tries to shoot Parker, he misses, and a fight breaks out. Hardwick then threatens Leslie with a gun, demanding Parker split the loot. After the chaos, Parker tells Leslie to stash the diamonds in the air conditioning ducts and promises to send someone to pick them up in 3 months. 6 months later, Parker tracks down and kills Danzinger. A year after that, Leslie gets her $24 million share, sent in 2 cardboard boxes by express mail. In the final scene, Parker goes back to the farmer who saved him and gives him a helping hand. The old man starts to think that Parker might not be human, but something more, like an angel.